TV, talking to the creators of a new Amazon series called Jungle. Hey guys, how's it going?
All good. How are you?
Good. So who came up with the concept, and was it a challenge to convincing the network to say, give it a crack? Junior?
Yeah. Came up with the concept. It was pretty hard to get to get. Sorry, that's funny. Yeah, we came up with the concept. It was pretty hard, I guess, initially to say give it a crack on our terms.
Yeah.
I love the idea and the concept almost immediately, but Jungle's always had to be on our terms. That's something that we specified, and that was a massive caveat for us.
Yeah.
So
Ed, no, I was gonna say, when you're working with a network, obviously you want it on your terms, unless you've had previous experience with dealing with networks and you've got some clout. Sometimes there's a little bit of give and take. Was there a little bit of like, let them have this one, but we get to do this, or was it all us?
Shall I be really honest with you, bro? To be honest with you, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not to be, blow smoke about us or whatnot. I feel like they really loved the concept so much, and they knew they were onto such a winner that they were like, these guys, we should let them do this. And it was a very unique situation. It was a very, call it serendipity, call it, God intended. It was just a beautiful moment in where we're allowed this happen, because we know ordinarily that's not the case. A lot of networks, a lot of,
Yeah, they gave us a lot of freedom to work, didn't they?
They were like, here you go. And we gradually just slowly increased the body of work and the budget and the ideas. So it wasn't much of a shock.
Mm-hmm. And obviously when you're coming up with this concept, you've seen what's already been played. You did not want to do anything different. There's some similarities to stuff that people will bring out, but you obviously wanted to come up with something different that makes it unique. Introducing the audience to the genre that you're bringing in, the drill, the rap, obviously, and then you're bringing in these musical artists, some of them who are new to the acting game. How was that procedure like when you knew who you wanted to bring in and you have to work with them as far as acting? Chas?
Yeah, it was an interesting process, obviously, because like you said, they're not actors, so you're sort of pushing them out of their comfort zone, which they'd usually be in. So yeah, it was an interesting dynamic, especially like with the studio sessions and everything, putting them in situations they wouldn't normally be comfortable in. Obviously, painting the world for them, which they don't even know exists. They've got to imagine this world and while you're trying to tell them to rap and stuff. But yeah, it really did. Once we come to set and it sort of all come together, you really did get some magical moments with these artists, which I don't think you'd get with an actor, because obviously they're not doing it in a conventional way. It's a lot more authentic. So I think we've got some real special stuff, I think, which I don't think you'll get with an actor. I don't know what you think, Gina, but I think it's quite unique.
They say pressure makes diamonds, and sometimes it's in the cacophony that harmony is found, and that's the best way we can describe the process. There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of craziness, a lot of pushing and throwing, but what we got from that, we got emotion, we got raw emotion, and we got raw art from that. That's the only way to describe it.
Did you have a consultant on set, or did you make them go to boot camp? Obviously, they know how to do one part of what you're asking for. Now, the other part is having us see them as actors, not just as rappers. So that when we can say to ourselves, this guy's got a future somewhere. He's found his calling. Should he, obviously at some point want to continue in this business? Yeah. Did you have them go to, was there a consultant on set besides you guys as far as pushing them to get what you wanted?
Yeah, no, there wasn't a consultant on set. We like to keep our sets really close knit and really tight, and we like to create a relationship with the artist or with the actor and actress, whereby they've got direct recourse to us. That's the best way. That's the best way we like to work anyway. And in regards to you know, you touched upon, you know, the art, you know, them being well versed in one aspect, which is the performance, the rap, but that wasn't really the case because they're used to rapping in a certain dynamic and in a certain kind of lane, whereas we were asked them to rap in a scene that they couldn't envisage, sorry.
In a certain emotion as well, wasn't it?
A certain emotion with a certain velocity, and they were just like, wait, what, where? You know, they worry about their brand, about their image. They don't, you know, and we couldn't give them the full picture. Not one artist has seen Jungle in its entirety. All they know is the part in which they're in, and that was purposeful on our behalf, because we didn't want them to, you know, it's a very small industry. We didn't want people saying, "Oh, this happens," then linking all the dots. You know, we wanted it to be like a surprise to them as it is to the viewer.
Yeah.
30th.
What's the overall sell to this series? You know, we have a lot of shows on TV right now. You know, with the exception of Marvel and, you know, Pixar. You know, there's only but a few films that's going to bring in a big audience to the theater. So everybody's watching stuff on home. And so when there's a new series coming out with a couple of unknowns, like I don't know who these guys are. You know, what's the sell in terms of what do you want? Why do you want people to watch the show? Is it because of the music? Is it because of the acting? Is it because of the talent you have on there? What's the overall message you want from this show, especially when it's called Jungle? It's like, what does that mean?
It embodies it embodies the cities that we live in. Every city is a jungle, essentially. You know, it's got its own rule set. You know, you have snakes, you have the tigers, you have the lions. It's exactly the same. It's just like it's literally that. And we've touched upon our experience living in our jungle, which is London, but we've actually implemented all the experiences throughout our journey in life and journeying from city to city, where there's certain similarities within every city, and we've actually embedded that within Jungle as well. And there's a common thread, and that is lack of opportunity. That is, you know, a world into its own, you know, world within worlds, and hope. You know, hope. You know, like the individuals there who are down and out, they always have a hope, because you can be living 5 minutes from, you know, a multi-million-pound mansion, and you walk past that every day, you know, on your way to wherever you're doing, and that aspiration's right there. It's tangible, you know, you can see it. It's just basically the choices we make in order to gain it. That's the kind of the issue, you know. And my last point, sorry, just to, because I feel like in terms of like what's going to cut through Jungle for people to actually watch it, I believe it is going to be the message of consequence, and owning your own actions as well, and deciding the person you want to be. Literally, you get to decide every day you wake up. You get to decide the person you want to be. Not in terms of, you know, physically in terms of your assets or what you acquire or whatnot, but the person, the mindset, you definitely get to decide that, and that's where, you know, we have to do better as a people, you know.
Chas, what did you learn in the process once shooting and production was complete? You know, as producers and creators, what did you walk away from this that will hopefully help you out in your skill set with the next project you work on?
I think overall we sort of went away understanding the way the machine works in terms of the logistics of the whole of the shoot and each process, which we sort of, as much as it was hard, I think it was good that we sort of learned it from scratch, because this is obviously the first production that we've done. So it was nice to oversee each process, like literally from pre-production to the end of post-production. And I think we just, throughout it, we learned a lot. There's certain ways you can do things faster, more ways you could, you know, with slightly more budget, you can get things done slightly differently. So I think there's certain aspects, you know, throughout the whole of production that we can take away and definitely make shortcuts for the next one. Yeah.
Well, guys, I appreciate you coming on. Obviously, you know, the show's airing in September. We'll do our best to promote as much as we can to get this new audience to watch this show. Wherever you guys are at, stay safe. Let's keep it going.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, bye-bye.